wait till the skating part was over to get on the floor and start shaking. I like to give a lot of thanks to the Walmart video. When I did that video, I woke up on CNN, every news channel, everything. Skip got in touch with us and was like, man, Freedia wants you and stuff. I was like, fucking right. And Freedia was like, no, I'm gonna give y'all some bread. But she really opened my eyes up to like my work and what I'm doing is an art. I am into my brands. I just got an influencer deal with Coach. My real name is Antionique Price, but I go by Tootie Tootz. I am born and raised in the A-Ward, literally. I moved to the East. My grandmother always did live in the East, but I was out there on Music and Roman, the whole block of yellow houses, right by the graveyard, right by the park. That was my stomping ground. Growing up in the A-Ward, it was my entire family on that block. So my uncle who lives on the corner, his name was Reggie, and we had a block party for whatever holiday it was. So that's kind of like where I started dancing at, because every holiday we had block parties, and that's when you used to go down there to City Hall, get the police to block off the streets and everything. We used to have like real block parties, yeah. And I met a lot of my friends during that time. That's why I learned how to play cards. I played cards every day on the porch. That's why I learned jacks. Pity pad down. I don't know, pity pad queen, deuces and pity pad. I was literally playing that since like 8 on up. Literally for $1.50, everything. Because I was in the A-Ward, that's what we did. I had a best friend named Monique, God rest her soul. She would come get me every day, and we would literally just go play cards. I learned everything. I got in my first fights in the A-Ward. Everything about me started in the A-Ward. I lost my uncle in the A-Ward, and that was the first time I ever experienced like the shoes on the power line, the paint on the concrete. That was like really where I grew up as a New Orleans in the A-Ward. The East is really like the background of me. The bougie me, the hardworking me, that's me in the East. It was to the point where like I would not let nobody know I was from the East, because the East then was the East that we wanted to be now, like where the suburbs was. You had money, yeah. Like if you were from the East, you ain't from the wards. Like you ain't really living like that because you out the East. But literally, my grandmother lived in the East, and that is where me going to NOCA and me striving for who I am now, that's what all that created. The A-Ward was me being a real city girl, my New Orleans in me. The East is really what groomed me, contoured me, made me a better woman for today. I went to literally all schools. 35 was literally the first hood school that I went to. And that was when I got to high school. I graduated Ryan Eagle, Strength and Wisdom. But I went to NOCA, and I was in the choir. I played the drum and I played the piano. I have sung my entire life. Literally, that was my first talent, singing. And yeah, it was cool. NOCA was really like, it set me aside from other schools and students. Like I was scared to go to Booker T and Corn, and I was scared as hell because it was fighting. These was the schools that met up at the bus stop after school and fought. Man, NOCA ain't have no rivalries like that. We down there on Magazine, like it was really different, you know, going to NOCA. But once again, it all was a stepping stone to where I am right now. Yeah. NOCA made a lot of who I am.
So before we get into your story, this is the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. So tell me a little bit about your experience, you know, some things you went through.
You know, cooling on your heartstrings.
No, for real, because people don't understand that Katrina made a lot of us today. During Katrina, once, like I told you, my grandma lived in the East, so my grandma ain't no believer in no stand, thugging it out, none of that. Baby, we packing up and we leaving. But we did leave the day before Katrina, and we was in traffic for a lot of days. But the thing that I remember most about Katrina is my mom and my brother stayed. And I literally watched my mom get rescued on a helicopter. She was on top of an apartment complex. She was at my brother's house. She was on top of an apartment complex. She had her dogs, and she dropped the dog. And she made the helicopters let her down to go get her dog. And this was on, like, national TV, and it teary-eyed. Every time I think about it, it teary-eyes me because Katrina changed a lot about me. I went to Leesville. I was bullied. I was picked on. just because we were different, we was what they call refugees. You know, we didn't have much. All of our clothes was given to us. It made me really resilient. You know what I'm saying? Like, it made me, I had to be a tough cookie then because I was like, man, everything I got was given to me. People don't appreciate me. They don't know me here. My only thing they wanted me to say is, baby, do I know how to fight? Like, I was so confused. I was just in a really bad place, you know what I'm saying? And I was young. So I had my house in the A1. I also had my room in my grandma's house where my piano was, my computer was, my queen size bed was, all my B2K concert tickets. I had my, you know, all of that was stripped away from me young, you know, and it was and I didn't have time to save anything. I lost my friends in that storm. I lost my dogs in that storm. And I really came back to nothing.
Yeah.
I came back to absolutely nothing. Like, I started completely over. Katrina hit, I was in middle school. I came back when I made the 9th grade in high school. No, I'm lying. I was in the 10th grade or 11. I was going to the 11th or in the 10th grade or something like that because I was just going to 35, and I was at 35 for 2 years, 11 and 12.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was like at the end of my middle school years. So I want to say like 3 to 4 years I was out there trying to get it together, figure it out. It was my parents, really. My grandma was out there. My mama, they came after, but they still went back. Like, you know, the old school New Orleans people, they thugged it out. They thugged it out. Like, once they got their little check, they FEMA, and it was back at home. They was back. My grandma was like, no, I'm not going back to nothing, and she kept us. So like 3, 4 years. Dancing was kind of like always in me because like I told you in the AWOL, we always had these block parties where I always danced. Like, I was known for the dancing one in my family or whatever. But when I came back after Katrina, 35, like, bounce was really like a culture thing. Really, really, really a culture thing. So it was this small time dancing here and there, but that was really when the skating rink started popping. Man, that's where I came up at. So once,
Darling on that road.
yes, man, the skating rink is where I learned how to loop, wobble, everything, like everything about me today in that damn skating rink. Like, I shook down in the skating rink. And that was what we did as kids. You know, that's what we knew, to come together and skate. And I got my first ass whooping leaving, like sneaking out to go to the skating rink. I'm like, I'm not coming. I'm at the skating rink. I ain't by no bar. I ain't by no nigga. I ain't doing nothing. I'm in the skating rink. And my grandma was like, I'm not having you out there too long at the damn skating rink. She made my brother pull up on me, and I did not come out. And when I got home, me and my brother tore it down. He threw a speak at me. I broke my thumb. Like, he whooped my ass. He was like, you out here want to shake? And then again, like, my grandma once again was more bougie, uppity. So my grandma didn't understand why I wanted to dance. Like, what am I dancing for? Why do you want to go and do this when I have you in Noka, you're in the Nutcracker, you're in the Philharmonic Orchestra? I did like a lot of great things as a child. She was like, why is it that you want to dance? But the skating ring put an energy in me. I found myself through dancing. Like, coming from Leesville, being bullied and attacked and all of that, I like colored hair, I like long nails, and I like to shake. I found myself in these things in the skating ring. And it kind of just made me who I was, you know? I started as a BLG girl. Then I turned in, like, I was a Walt Wiggity. I was with the Walt Wiggity and the Steppers then. I was them. Then I turned to a BLG. And that's when I really was shaking. Then I turned to a Game Over girl. And you had all the Game Over boys, the Game Over girls. I was a Game Over girl. And that's really, after that, my life changed from them. But that was the last group that I was in. They had a lot of characters like Chew, Skip, 87, Mini Cat, Quack. That was us. Like, we was shaking. Me and my best friend Steph, we was known as the shake team. Everybody loved us. We was the ones shaking around, the cute ones. That was buying outfits to go to the skating ring. Yeah, that was us.
Who were like the popular bounce artists at the time?
Elm Boy Pig, Gotti Boy Chris, Big Chew, Keno. A lot of my favorites up to right now, you know, they was the real pop. Hot Sizzle. They were really, and Frida always was like popping, but Frida was more adult than me. So she was like at what's this club on AP2 Road? The little short, it's the little small one. damn, I can't think of it, but somebody, they gonna know what I'm talking about. And that's what Freedia used to be. And I used to see her with her little short haircut, but she had on her jabot pants, her big white tee. They was like the honoraries of shaking, you know what I'm saying? So they was the ones that we wanted to be around. She was like top notch, but I was around Nobi every day. I Sizzle, Big Chew, Kino, yeah, like Elm Boy Pig. I was in a lot of those crowds. We couldn't wait till the skating part was over to get on the floor and start shaking. Could not wait. I have a very famous video out of me, like a very popular video of me, and it's me in '87. And we in the skating ring. I mean, no shoes, just bopping, little bitty shorts, just tussling around the little skating ring. Yeah.
So it seemed like when we was coming up, the shaking thing was more of a local situation where only people from New Orleans did it. And since then, you having a lot to do with it, it seemed like it's went global. So tell me a little bit about how you feel about that and being one of the influences, a part of shaking going worldwide.
I'm grateful because I like to give a lot of thanks to the Walmart video. When I did that video, I woke up on CNN, every internet thing you could think, every news channel, everything. Like that was my first shine of fame, honestly.
The Walmart video.
The Walmart video.
How did that happen?
The Walmart video is so funny about that because a lot of people think like we had these people drawers on in the store. No, we had already knew we was doing the Walmart video prior to that. So we had went bought those shorts, we had went bought those drawers, we had went bought a plethora of things from the Walmart video because back then we didn't have like full outfits. We used to dance in these shorts that's called blah 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 from Walmart. Like a lot of things that we used to wear would be from Walmart. So all of these, we did the real Walmart video is the part of the video that's outside. The part that we did in the Walmart, that was our B-roll.
Yeah.
That was our B-roll. That was just us like, if we was in here, this one we'll be doing. Ooh, I picked this up. Ooh. Yeah, we did. And like it went so famous and so far that it just, and I think when we did the interview with the news and I was just like, listen, like that doesn't, just because we shake our ass or whatever, that doesn't make us as people, that doesn't take away who we are, what we do, you know, on our day-to-day basis. It opened the eyesight of a lot of people to be like, hey, I can do that. And even in the States, these people are doing this in Africa and everywhere. They've been doing that, like this their culture. So it's like, do we degrade them because this is what they do as their culture? Or do we embrace it and be like, let me do that too because I know how? And Miley Cyrus was the first. She was the first to be like, let me tap in on that and, you know, call it twerking or whatever. We like, girl, that's bounce. She like, well, whatever it is, I'm doing it. And once she did it, it kind of was like, okay, well, I know she got this from these girls from Walmart or Big Freedia or whatever the case may be. And it kind of just like shared light on us, really.
And yeah, that is kind of like the powerful part about it because a lot of people do try to degrade it as if black people haven't been doing that
since before time.
Yeah, and New Orleans is one of the most preserved when it comes to black culture in America. So it's understandable why we do that down here. But let's talk about the transition. After you started dancing, you started getting more popular, the Walmart video hit, and you reached another trajectory. So go on a little bit about that and what happened afterwards.
Okay, so like I mentioned before, Skip is like my dance brother. He was the Game Over Boys. I was the BOG, and then I moved into being a Game Over girl or whatever. And during that time, we did the Walmart video, and Freedia was like, I want those girls. And she was going on a Texas run, South by Southwest. South by Southwest 15 years ago this year made me 15 years as a dancer with Freedia. So yes, it was a South by Southwest show.
That's a South by was only doing music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
only doing music, only. And that's when it was in like Austin, Houston, Dallas. Like it was, you can go to different states. Like right now it's just only in one position now. But then like we was traveling, like we was doing Houston, Austin, whatever. And Skip got in touch with us and was like, man, Freedia wants you and stuff. I was like, fucking right. And at that time, growing up, bounce is like what we did. So when we did shows or whatever, we wasn't looking for money. Bring us to McDonald's, give us a ride. We was good. Like, Chew knew we loved us some McDonald's, so he would always like, I got y'all after the show, we gonna get the new chicken sandwich. That when the chicken sandwich just came out, he was like, I'm gonna get y'all the chicken sandwich with the mac sauce, pickles. He knew how we liked it and everything, so we was grateful for that. And Freedia was like, no, I'm going to give y'all some bread. And around that time, it's probably like 150, 200, but that was more. Baby, who? This for what we do every day, all day? Baby, give me an inch, I'm going to take a mile. So when she did that and she paid us for that show, I wasn't going nowhere. Yeah. She was going to have to get rid of me. I was going to make sure I gave her my best. And to this day, I still give her my best. And she pays me well. She pays me well. So she like kind of took that transition off of me into like the professionalism of it.
And what are some things that you were exposed to when you stepped into that route? As far as like, I know you started on shows, started on tour, big music videos. Like, tell me about that transition and how that affected you.
It really affected me because it just started showing me my worth. Like, it was just like, if I can do this and get paid for this, then I deserve it. If I can do this shake and get the camera time, then I deserve it. So if she really opened my eyes up to like my work and what I'm doing isn't art, it's a profession, you know what I'm saying? Being with Freedia, like our first shows and second shows, I started seeing the impact that it had on the other people. Like, I'm just shaking, doing what I do. I'm barely even turned your way because I'm turned backwards so you can see the ad. But when I turn around and I see people crying or rejoicing or like, oh my God, thank you. Like, you just let so much off my chest. You just made me feel so much better. I was like, wait, hold up. This is my calling. I'm actually changing and inspiring and touching people by doing this. And I literally looked up to Freedia like, it's all in your words. It's how the message that you put out to people. And what we doing is really just a release of stress.
It's crazy how you say that too, because I was literally about to bring up the word release, because I think Freedia uses that word.
Release your wiggle, release your mind, release your job. Really? It really is a relief. And it started showing for me on stage, and I started seeing it in the people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, no matter what I'm going through, when I get on that stage, it comes out. I have been on stage and cried. I have been on stage and literally caught the Holy Ghost. I have been on stage and literally just been so impacted by the next person of what I'm giving them and how they're like, we have helped people cure cancer. We have helped people want to get better, lose weight. So much come from what we do on that stage, and I started seeing that early. Yeah. I started seeing that in that very first tour that we did with her. It was like 4 or 3 days. That very first weekend showed me that I'm not doing this no more for free or for nothing. I'm going to be doing this to deliver a message. They really do think it's just like something that we do, like it ain't fun. That's work. Yeah. It's really work. You got so many emotions. You have so many energies. You have so many places, so many sounds. It is real work. All my knees are out of place. All my shoulders have come out of place. It is real life work. It ain't just nothing that we doing for fun. No, you have to really get out here and give these people what they need in order to receive what you want back. You know what I'm saying? That's a job.
Crazy.
And you know, the moment that I realized it was hard work was when I watched the show, the Big Freedia show.
When I say my prayers, I say them twice. I thank you, Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because the TV world, listen, the TV world changed me. When we first got on television, I was so just me. I was so me. My eyebrows was black. My wigs was done by me. Like, I was real crusty, busty. I was just being me, authentically me. You know what I'm saying? And TV showed me that they got some people in this world that watch everything you do, how you do it, how you say it, how you walk, how you talk. And I was like, if I'm about to be on TV, then I need to get the people something positive to say versus something negative to say. I don't want them to be like other girls from the wall and don't know how to keep up with themselves. So, like, back in, I want to say, 14, 15, we got into the show. I found myself fussing with people every day. Every day on social media, Twitter, every day. Because I'm thinking like, since I'm on TV, I have the voice to say what I want to say. I have the voice to do what I want to do when that's completely opposite of what this platform is for. Yeah. I had to learn that when you're a crown, when you have a crown, you never step off your throne to address anything because it's a platform that gives people the opportunity to watch you.
Yeah.
So I was like, fussing with people every day, going through all these things. And I was just like, you know what, maybe I need to change me because maybe my eyebrows are too fucking black. Maybe I do need a bust down instead of my own little pixie cut. Maybe I do need to change up something to stop giving them things to talk about and just focus on the message. Yeah. Focus on the message. So when the TV show came around, it was new for Freedia and us. And it groomed us together as a whole versus individually. You know, we started working on each other. We started being like, we can't be half-stepping like that. So that one episode now leads to us having 10 seasons. Because this is about to be the 10th season. We have, I can't even count how many episodes. Big Freedia, Queen of Bounce, was the whole transition of me. Yeah. You can literally watch me from like little baby face, little baby features, all the way up to like grown woman status. Yeah. And then we took a break, and now we have Big Freedia Means Business, and everything about this show is business. It's how far we've come. Like, Big Freedia Means Business makes me realize that I am all over the place as an entrepreneur and as a woman. I'm grateful for it, but it makes me want to work deep and more into myself because I do mean business, but which one? I'm all over the place. I got a little bit over here. I want to do vending machines. I want to do travel. I want to do shaking. I want to do content. I want to do all this. I want model. It is all over the place, but it reminds me that I can do anything I put my mind to and never give up. Consistency is key. So
the style of this season is going to be more so like the enterprise version.
Yes, because Big Freedia now has Big Freedia Hotels. She have a hotel now. She has all her book. Yep. The hotel will be opening in 2026. Hopefully God keep his blessings the same. And that will also like retire us from shaking to where like I'm more on the business aspect of the hotel, hosting them, doing things like that of the hotel. She has like her book, she has her eyeglass line, she has her makeup line, she has her energy drinks. It's really like the empire. Yeah, I have my travel business, I have my vending machines, I have new investors. It's just really like the growing up of us, really like.
Since the TV show came out, you've transition to a whole nother trajectory, right? Mm-hmm. Where now you're getting these brand deals, you're starting to really build yourself out and build out your personal brand. So transitioning, I want to talk a little bit like about your personal brand, some things that you've been working on. I know you got a lot of announcements that you're working on. Yeah. Let's get into that. Like, what is Tootie doing now?
Now, Tootie is on her big shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also in like a crossover transition because I feel like I'm where I'm at right now because I'm loyal. I'm solid. My job will always be to impact someone else. It's never just about me. It's never just about the things that I want to do. So, of course, I'm doing my travel business where I bring groups and I travel with groups. It could be a small group, but I want to fully focus on, like, big groups, doing, like, girl trips or weddings or retreats or whatever. I'm doing all of that.
Locally, or do you do?
I do them all over the world. Whoever books, wherever they want to go, I got them. Nice. Do that. I am trying to get back into my vending machine business. I want to do that because that's like my lucrative money. That's money that I could just sit aside and let that just collect and go over and over. But right now, I am into my brands. I just got an influencer deal with Coach. That is really big for me. And you know what? It's like, to say I've been in the game so long, I've never been a hater or I've never been jealous of someone else's, like whatever else somebody else have. Like, I've been in the game before a lot of people, and I watch a lot of people become millionaires or become more successful than I am. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't no hater. That is just not my time. I've always, went off of that vibe, and I feel like now God is like, now this is your time. Now this is your season. And it's kind of bittersweet because I don't know how it feels to venture off without Freedia. I don't know how it feels to not have something or someone that has a big impact in my career, my story. So it's like now I am really I'm going out on faith, and I'm really just walking into doors that just have my name on it. And I don't know how, I don't know how to do that, but I'm just taking it one step at a time, you know what I'm saying? And I thank God. I love Freedia so much because she's always wanted that for us. Like, she's always trying to empower her employees to like go out and get everything. Like, I'm giving you the platform, now you have to take the stage. Right. I'm giving you what you need to go where you want to go. Now you have to go out and get it. And she kind of like pushed me to all this. I am literally her child. I'm a reflection of her. Like, everything that she do, I'm probably like a little bit right behind her. And it just comes like that. And I'm just like, man, I'm really walking into an area and a time in my life, you know, where I'm not under her wing or I'm not giving something because of her. It's because of my own hard work.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that.
And yeah, to the coach deal, congratulations on that. I don't think I've heard of anyone in New Orleans that I know getting a coach deal. So tell me a little bit about that. How did you land this deal?
Okay, so I am really a coach girl in the coach world. And I had a friend of mine who every time like I did anything or came out there, they would buy me a coach bag. And that's around the time Cardi B came out with like a coach bag, baby, this ain't what you want. And I was like, let me go see what the girls don't want because maybe I want it. And I went in there and was like, girl, I want this. I need this. And it was so many bags that I wanted. And I was just like, Cardi, I got to rephrase that for you. So I started going into the Coach mall in New Orleans, in the Riverwalk, just to like shop or whatever and get stuff. And I went in there and I had a vintage bag that they do not make anymore. Like, I love their Coach vintage bags. And I got this vintage bag through a Goodwill, like a thrifting auction. And I was like, I want that damn bag because I know it's authentic and it's the old-fashioned one.
The thrifter, that's what.
Yeah. And when I walked in there, like, the employers was like, oh, my God, you got, like, the old, you got the real shit, you got the old school bag. And I was like, yes, and I was really cute that day. And they was like, okay, let me introduce you to our brand ambassador. And they introduced me to their brand ambassador. She's a really pretty, sweet girl, and she's not from New Orleans. I don't even think she's, like, from the States. But she was really pretty, and I always kept in touch with them. And then she moved. She didn't move. She went into like an army or, you know, when they do the training or whatever, and she left. And when I walked in there one day just going shopping, it was like, you know, our girl left. I'm going to keep you in touch. And literally heard nothing else back from them. Nothing. Like, I was like, okay, well, whatever. It went out the door. And my mom's birthday is February 24th. I got the call on my mom's birthday, and she was like, I want to talk to you and, you know, just see what it is that we can offer you as far as being a brand ambassador for us, and I'm going to keep you in touch and everything. And that was my mom's birthday, and that was that. And my mom's death day is May 21st, and on May 21st of this year, I got the call saying that it was solidified, and they wanted my first event to be July 5th. And I was like, what? And I was like, this is my mom. And throughout that time, I would always go in the store and I would just talk to them and try to like bring it back up to them. And they'd be like, we got you. Or they wouldn't say much. You know, it's corporate. It's a different, that's how they operate. So I really wouldn't hear anything back from them or nothing. They'll just always say little stuff. But I had to notice that let go and let God. Whatever's for you is going to happen. And when I got that call on my mom's birthday, I knew that was one thing. But see, when I got it on her death anniversary, which is 2 days that are very sad for me or very like, I was like, my mama, like this lady, she just don't stop. My ancestors don't play about me. They don't. And when I got that call, I was like, oh my God, like this is my mom. And even then, once they gave me the call, it still was like, all right, now you got it, bye. I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear anything. And I was going back to the store and I was just like, okay, like, what do we do? Like, what's going on? It's like, you're going to hear from us. And they literally gave me the call 15 days before the 5th and was like, make it work.